Hello there, lovers of magic and mystery. Welcome back to my home. I hope that the world has treated you kindly this week. Recently, I was privy to a delightful surprise. I had thought that the poem When Angels Fall, which I have shared with you over the past 2 weeks, was made up of only 2 sections. However, on searching through the documents in which the poem was found, I discovered a further 3 sections. Today, we share section 3. If you have missed the first 2 episodes, search for When Angels Fall and give them a look. In the first 2 parts of the poem, Arbeth, an angel of grieving, stands before the throne of God, awaiting her punishment for daring to love a demon. To her horror, she is condemned not only to fall and join the demon Micah in hell, but also to have her eyes removed. After pleading, she is allowed to keep one eye and cast out of heaven. When she arrives in hell, no tender lover is waiting for her. Micah looks at her injuries and mocks her. However, all is not what it seems. In the second section, we learn that Micah is play-acting to protect Arbeth from older demons who are listening to ensure he would torture her. Once they retreat, he reveals that his love for Arbeth is true. He takes her to a secret place and tends her. After a time, Arbeth decides her imprisonment in hell cannot be mere existence and calls to God, asking for a task to add purpose to her presence. In the end, God agrees that the pair will search out souls who have been tricked into hell and return them to God. He marks them with the sign of fallen angels and tells them that he will return them to heaven once they have rescued 10,000 souls for him. In today's episode, Arbeth and Micah embark on their mission to find bewildered souls, gaining an unexpected companion and 5 young souls, ready to be returned to their maker. Want to see what happens? Collect your fluffy cushions, your warm socks, your sweet snacks and your favorite drinks, and settle in to learn what occurs when angels fall. When Angels Fall. Part 3. Arbeth and Micah strode across hell's red plains, the smell of screams and sulfur in the air. And yet, all was not as it had been before. For even in that place of rank despair, the former leader of cohorts of demons, and the fair angel, with one shining eye, had gained a shimmer of gold light around them. More than one demon, who did them espy, went forth in wrath, intending to accost them, and bind them in fire, but were prevented. Because of the symbol God placed upon them, the mark of fallen angels on their chests, in any other place, would have brought deep shame. But to a demon, it was honor's brand. The greatest one was forced to bow before them. The lesser demons could not even stand. As for the hounds of hell, they could not track down the couple trudging o'er Gehenna's ways. The ones they passed by stalked around in circles, howled in frustration, and then raced away. At least, that was so until cresting a dune. They saw a pack of hellhounds circling, all their attention fixed on something tiny. When Arbeth saw their target was moving, she gripped Micah's hand and hurried towards it. The hellhounds pulled back, but they lunged and snapped. Arbeth leaned into the hole in the sand dune and found a shivering bundle that yapped and groaned at her, but could not manage a bark. Of all things, she beheld a hellhound pup. The creature was a fine specimen, except its one back leg that could not hold it up. She understood at once. In the realm of hell, there was no kindness and no sympathy for illness or for weakness, even when born. They meant to eat him. Now, come here to me, Arbeth told the pup. It bared its needle teeth. Until the moment came, it caught her scent. Then it crooned and turned up, showing its stomach. Its yips of gladness, replacing lament. It should have clawed her. Arbeth held the pup close. It whimpered softly, nuzzling into her. Micah saw, and his protests died in his throat. For he knew that the pup had chosen her. The adult hellhounds, growling, made their escape, outraged to have to leave their prey behind. Arbeth stroked his head. He whimpered in bliss, and she laughed softly, amazed, for she did find. Though spaced with black scales, the pup's fur shone golden, as if it had been graced by the bright sun. "We'll call him Solar," Arbeth said. "The sun blessed. When he's grown, he'll slay demons as they come. We'll keep the whelp," Micah said. "But it's your fault. If one night, Solar eats us as we rest," the puppy yapped, as if in firm denial. Micah chuckled. "Time then will be the test." They found some wood and splinted Solar's sick paw. The hellhound bore the pain without complaint. "When I was in heaven," Arbeth said softly, "I shared some talent with the Francis saint. I wonder if the power followed me here." Light came from her hand, and the leg improved, but did not fully strengthen. Arbeth smiled. "This gives us time to teach him he is loved." Soon, Arbeth and Micah came to a city. Beyond it, huddled a foul shanty town. The buildings there were formed of black detritus, and piles of rubbish stained the roadway brown. Solar was the one who scented the children, trembling together in the burned-out shell of what appeared to once have been a schoolhouse. Though such kind lessons were not taught in hell, the girls screamed when they first looked upon Micah. But when they next saw Arbeth's gentle glow, they calmed. One of them even edged towards her, her hand stretched out with hopeful grace. Although she must have expected pain. Arbeth kneeled down. "Hello," she said. "Why are you small ones here?" "We're bad," the brave one said. "When we were alive, men bought and sold us 5 to give them cheer. We were on a boat, locked up in small cages. No one cared when we cried for liberty. But the Coast Guard came to hide the evidence. They threw us down to drown in the cold sea." "I'm sorry," Micah said. His voice was gentle. "And those who hurt you well deserve this place. But you were innocent of all that happened. You should be safe and wrapped in heaven's grace. Surely, an angel came from God to greet you." They shook their heads. "We met someone like you, with horns and red eyes. He said God hated us, and he'd burn us for what men made us do. But if we followed him into the tunnel that flicked with flame, he'd hide us from God's wrath. But once we got there, he hurt us and beat us, and brought others to leer at us and laugh." "Oh, darlings," Arbeth said, "may I ask your names?" "We're Sarah, Chloe, Maya, and Lottie. And this little one is our baby Rhea. She was only 10 when she met the sea. I'm Arbeth, and this is my good love Micah. We were sent forth to find you in this place, to tell you that you've never been forgotten, nor meant to ever see hell's wretched face. The demons said we would be here forever." Young Sarah sobbed. Micah met Sarah's eye. "There's one thing you should remember about demons. Most of us have a tendency to lie. Perhaps the worst liars are the deceivers. They haunt the passage in between heaven and hell. and seek to baffle souls with lies and poison, promising mercy if they, willing, fell. When they knew that God's grace was sufficient to wash clean the sins of the soul uprising towards the judgment, but also to heaven, the bright place where the holy angels sing. You mean we could have flown up to our mothers? Yes, dear one. Sarah and the young girls wept. Do not despair. The Father numbers his babes. He knew when you were born and when you left the mortal world. He has not forgotten you. Just reach out and ask him to take you home. Put your hope in him. Tell him that you trust him. We will watch you and see you're not alone. Nobody taught us how to pray, Sarah said. Just reach out in your heart and picture him, who loves you more than anything in the world. When you feel warmth and light, then speak to him. God, Sarah said, people did things to hurt us. They made us feel cold, empty, and dirty. The demons told us that you did not want us. We were afraid you would treat us cruelly. But if you let us, we'd like to come to you. We wish to live with you in joy and light. If you can forgive us for all that's happened. I truly hope that is all right. The answer came, not in words but in a light. So fair, it made the fields of hell more dark. And then the girls were gone. Solar woofed softly, while Arbeth's eyes fell on a single spark. That broke in two, to land upon the symbol of the fallen ones, glowing on their chests. What? Micah asked. I don't know. We will find out. But the girls are home now, sweet Arbeth said. Subscribe to become a delicious darling. I am delighted to learn that the girls were able to go home to God. I am also pleased that Micah and Arbeth found a new companion in the sick little hellhound puppy. What did you think of when Angels Fall Section 3? Today's word for the comments is puppy. Write it and tell me what you would do if you found a tiny animal in need. What will you find in Section 4? If you are eager to learn what happens to Micah and Arbeth, I encourage you to hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to become an official delicious darling. Tomorrow, I will be visiting Nitiri, an ocean world where Marin, what we would consider mermen and women, are as numerous as human beings. What will I find there? I will tell you next week. Until then, keep your eyes peeled for friends found in unexpected places. Be sure to be kind to those who have been harmed. Never surrender your hope of justice. And sleep well, my delicious darlings.